High in the Himalayan mountains, hidden between ancient rock formations and extreme altitude, a dark resin slowly emerges from the earth, a substance surrounded by mythology, traditional medicine, and centuries of fascination. Shilajit, sometimes called the destroyer of weakness, sometimes called mountain blood, and sometimes simply known as black gold. For thousands of years, traditional Ayurvedic practitioners viewed Shilajit as one of nature's most powerful rejuvenating substances. Not because it looked impressive, honestly, it looks like tar, dark, sticky, unremarkable. But ancient traditions often understood something modern culture forgets. The most valuable things in nature rarely advertise themselves loudly. Shilajit forms slowly over centuries through the breakdown of plant material trapped within mountainous rock layers, heat, pressure, time. Nature compressing biological material into mineral-rich resin over generations. And perhaps that process itself explains why ancient cultures viewed it with such reverence. Because Shilajit became symbolic of endurance, strength forged slowly through pressure. Ancient Ayurvedic texts described it as a substance connected to vitality, resilience, and longevity, used traditionally to support energy, recovery, mental clarity, and overall balance. Now, whether every historical claim surrounding Shilajit is scientifically proven is another conversation entirely. But culturally, its significance is undeniable. Because for centuries, people living close to nature observed the effects of plants and minerals through direct experience, not laboratories, experience. And that's important to understand. Modern society often assumes ancient traditions lacked intelligence because they lacked technology. But observation itself is intelligence. Patterns are intelligence. Generational knowledge is intelligence. Ancient medical systems evolved slowly over hundreds and sometimes thousands of years through accumulated human experience. Ayurveda itself remains one of the oldest holistic healing systems on earth, and Shilajit occupied a powerful place within it, not simply as supplementation, but as restoration. That distinction matters, because modern wellness culture often focuses obsessively on optimization, productivity, performance, efficiency. Ancient systems often focused more on balance, alignment, vitality, harmony between body and environment. That's a very different philosophy of health. And honestly, modern people are beginning to feel that difference psychologically. Most people today are exhausted, not simply physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Modern life constantly extracts energy from people. Stress, artificial environments, poor sleep, overstimulation, constant pressure. Ancient traditions often approached health more holistically, as a relationship between mind, body, rhythm, nature, and nervous system regulation. Shilajit became symbolic of replenishment within that worldview, something drawn directly from the mountains themselves, something ancient, compressed by time. There's something psychologically powerful about that symbolism. Even now, people instinctively associate mountains with endurance, wisdom, stillness, perspective. And perhaps that emotional symbolism contributes to why Shilajit still fascinates people today. Because modern life feels increasingly disconnected from nature. Most people live surrounded by concrete, screens, noise, and artificial stimulation. Ancient remedies remind people of a slower relationship with the earth. And maybe that's part of what people are truly searching for. Not miracle substances, connection, grounding, a feeling that human beings still belong to nature rather than standing separate from it. Now, modern conversations surrounding Shilajit can become exaggerated very quickly. Some portray it as magical, others dismiss it entirely. Reality is usually more nuanced. Like many traditional substances, Shilajit exists somewhere between historical wisdom, modern science, commercial marketing, and internet mythology. And that makes honest conversation difficult sometimes. Because modern culture tends to swing between extremes, either total skepticism or total obsession. Ancient traditions often operated differently, more patiently, more experientially, more holistically. And perhaps there's wisdom in that slower approach, because not everything meaningful about health can be reduced instantly into viral claims and quick fixes. Human biology is complex, energy is complex, recovery is complex, longevity is complex. Ancient systems understood that wellness involved patterns of living, not isolated solutions. Sleep, breathing, food, stress, movement, community, environment, everything interconnected. Shilajit existed within that broader philosophy, and perhaps that context matters more than modern marketing often admits. Now, modern scientific interest in Shilajit continues growing, particularly focusing on its primary active component, fulvic acid. Researchers have explored its unique mineral composition and bioactive compounds. Discussions surrounding fulvic acid and trace minerals frequently appear in wellness spaces, but beyond all the science and supplementation conversations, there's still something symbolically fascinating about this substance. A resin slowly emerging from mountains over centuries, hidden, ancient, shaped by pressure and time. Honestly, that feels almost metaphorical for human beings themselves. Because people are shaped by pressure too, by struggle, by endurance, by time. And perhaps that's partly why ancient mountain substances carry such psychological weight across cultures. They symbolize resilience, not instant transformation, slow resilience. Something modern culture rarely celebrates anymore. Today, everything must happen immediately. Fast results, fast success, fast healing, fast stimulation. But nature rarely works that way. Mountains form slowly, forests grow slowly. Healing happens slowly. Wisdom develops slowly. Shilajit became symbolic of that forgotten rhythm, a reminder that strength is often built gradually, quietly, through endurance rather than spectacle. And perhaps that's why ancient traditions respected it so deeply. It represents more than just a mineral, it represents creation's intelligence. At Wray Mary, we believe people deserve the freedom to reconnect with this natural wisdom responsibly. Healing is broader than symptom management alone. It involves the body, mind, and the Creator's design. The earth still carries medicine, grown quietly long before humanity built pharmacies. It's a return to awareness, responsibility, and creation itself. The earth still remembers. And maybe it's time humanity remembered too. And maybe, in a world becoming increasingly artificial, that's exactly why people still feel drawn toward ancient substances like Shilajit today. Because deep down, human beings are still searching for ways to reconnect with something older, slower, and more grounded than modern life allows. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Wray and Mary, and visit our website at www.rayandmary.co.uk to learn more. Roots, not rules.